There are some crazy teams that do well in the global challenge, and one thing we haven't seen since really the beginning of Scarlet Violet, Population Bomb Technician Wide-Lens Maushold ended up doing pretty well, being able to get 52nd place in the recent global challenge. We're going to be trying out this Maushold team and seeing how well it can perform. This Maushold team, it got 52nd in the juniors and seniors division of the global challenge, going with 19 wins and 3 losses. It's a really interesting team. Technician Maushold we haven't seen too often, especially since Series 1. And main reason for that is Rocky Helmet has been a very big issue because Population Bomb is a move that hits multiple times and it's a pretty weak hit for each one, but the damage really starts adding up. And with that Y-Lens, in order to help mitigate the luck factor, because if you do miss one Population Bomb, the attack just ends. So having that Y-Lens to make it a 99% accurate hit for each Population Bomb does really help out. And even though there are less Rocky Helmets, with Amoonguss and Indeedee and Torn being the only real big 3 that run the Rocky Helmet, it's still really solid to have. And you pair it up with the Archaludon, where you can go for self-population bomb because you can get the stamina boost on the Archaludon in order to get a potential +6 body press immediately. This one running Heavy Slam and Snarl. Heavy Slam to deal threatening damage to knockout on Fluttermane, which is the main ghost type that's immune to the body presses, and Snarl to hit the ghost types as well, maybe Terra Ghost, but also lower special attacks, which Archaludon doesn't really appreciate. Pairing up with the rest of the core, we have the Tinglu with the Assault Vest. This Tinglu allows you to be able to absorb the special attacks better with the Vessel of Ruin, which supports the Archaludon, and the Dondozo, so it pairs up really nicely with this team and provides some really strong damage with a really offensive set. The Wheezing, this one helping out with the neutralizing gas that can stop really offensive strategies like Beads of Ruin with Chiyu and a few others, but also negating Sun with Torkoal, the Trick Room stuff with expanding for side spam, just ways that you could help out Archaludon to take the hits a bit better. This one running a really interesting set, running the Acid Spray, which only really pairs well with Sinistra, which is something where you could go for like Acid Spray plus Matcha Gotcha or Shadow Ball. But the main reason I believe the Acid Spray was run on the Wheezing is so you can break through stuff like Follow Me Mons, as well as the Rage Powder Amoonguss, where Amoonguss could maybe Spore, and this Wheezing doesn't have Taunt because the Maushold has Taunt, so it can be a little bit annoying for potential Amoonguss that can Rage Powder like the Archaludon Body Press. So being able to Acid Spray so Amoonguss can't really stick around on the field too long. This one running Pain Split because it's able to stick around on the field with that Pain Split and the Black Sludge recovery, while the Maushold provides the Taunt support. The rest of it is going to be Sinistra to help heal the team of Hospitality that pairs well with the Archaludon, redirect the attacks with Rage Powder, and Matcha Gotcha Shadow Ball for a bit more offensive pressure. And finally, the Dondozo, this one running a Yawn set to help for setup, and Fissure to punish really defensive teams that Archaludon might not be able to break through with just body press alone. With Rest, which is a cool one with Chesto Berry, so you're actually able to heal, another counter to Amoonguss potentially. And yeah, it can make Dondozo stick around, and if you think you've got it at low health, Rest heals it all the way back up, and it can still put on pressure with Fissure. If you would like to check out the details of the team and the creator, they'll be linked in the description down below. Scizor, Tinglu, Dondozo, Wellspring, Ogerpon, Galarian Zapdos, and that is Xianpao. Definitely some crazy team. It looks like six physical attackers too. Wheezing's really good in this matchup, although I have no idea if there's a Fissure involved, and I have a feeling there is going to be Fissure involved. Archaludon can be really sweet into this. Also, damage output's nice for the Ogerpon. I don't really like my own Tinglu. Tinglu doesn't accomplish anything here. My Sinistra does, which I really like. Wheezing's really good. The question is, do I want to bring Dondozo or do I want to bring Archaludon? I think both are really good. I'd probably say I'd lean towards more the Archaludon. I'm not 100%. I think I'm going to lead Wheezing plus Maushold because I want to have Sinistra in the back, because I think Sinistra, like having Hospitality as a switch, is always super solid. Archaludon seems like a good Pokemon that I can also switch into. If I think they're going to play aggressive enough in the Wheezing, I could potentially get the stamina boost and then renegate their abilities. The only problem is that Dondozo. Was Sinister? I feel like maybe I had to bring my own Dondozo, so I Fisher Ward Dondozo, but we'll see. We're gonna see the Xianpao Ogerpon. All right. Versus the Wheezing and the Maushold. I don't know if they're targeting the Maushold aggressively. I think this works out perfectly well. I'm gonna go. This is a pretty safe Wisp. Yeah, I think this is a pretty safe Wisp into the Xianpao, and I think I just protect. Let's see if they protect the Xianpao and just go for an Ivy Cudgel. But Wheezing is in a good spot. They do protect the Xianpao. Get a Population Bomb. Okay. All right. Who did they Ivy Cudgel? Oh, they double protected. Okay, that's not too bad. I'll take it. They probably still are targeting down the Maushold, right? I guess I could Terra and Population Bomb. The question is, do I want to Terra the Maushold? I don't think it's too bad. Wheezing's Terra doesn't change anything. The Maushold Terra is not bad. Unless it's Stroke Chop instead of Sacred Sword, which I think you need Sacred Sword on this team. You know what? I'm going to Wisp the Xianpao, and I'm going to go for... Well, Population Bomb's not knocking out the Ogerpon. That's the issue. I feel like Sinistra is just such a safe play. You know what? I am going to go Sinistra. I think Sinistra is just such a safe play. Like, what punishes Sinistra and Wisp? Me missing the Wisp. Doubling up in the Wheezing is not going to pick up a knockout. I think just keeping Maushold around is a good sweeper tool, because the problem is, if I want to sweep with Maushold, or at least take a knockout, I'm going to have to switch out to Wheezing, which means that the Xianpao can probably KO. We're going to see a Terran Vault. Is this Ogerpon? No, Xianpao into what? Stellar Terra. Are you, I guess, aggressively going for the Wheezing? I hope this is a nice... This could be Ice Spinner. I guess maybe they anticipate Terra Ghost. No, they went for Sacred Sword. Okay. Okay. We go for Ivy Cudgel. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Nice land. Okay, nice, nice, nice. So I am able to burn the... Xianpao. That's awesome for me, because I do break up potential Focus Sash. We have Forest of Terra. This is looking really good. I get to go out into Archaludon, I think, for the Wheezing, and I just get to protect the... I don't have to protect if I really don't want to, but I just don't see why I wouldn't go Archaludon and protect my Sinistra. I'm in such a good position right now. Can potentially get stamina boost and then bring back the Wheezing so we can negate the Sword of Ruin. And yeah, it's looking really nice. Like, once we get rid of Xianpao, I really like the idea of Maushold being able to Population Bomb most of my opponent's team. The Ruin gonna activate. Oh, wait. I did not know I'd get to Hospitality like that. Oh, that's actually super sick. So I healed my Wheezing for free too. That's amazing, actually. Like, the more health on Wheezing, the merrier, because that Pokemon is really nice here. We will go for the Protect with our Sinistra. And we're going to see the Icicle Crash going to come out into the Protect of the Sinistra. So perfect. We are seeing the Ivy Cudgel. Unfortunately, it looks like they doubled up the Sinistra to cover for a Terra, which makes sense. But all right. So we don't get the Stamina boost. But granted, it's still pretty good position. I will go for a Body Press immediately into the Xianpao. And I think I will switch out back into Wheezing. Or do I want to go for Sinistra, play aggressive? I think I need it for the Dondozo, so I'd rather keep it. I'm just gonna go out and I'm just gonna go back into my Wheezing. I have revealed all my Pokemon, but I don't think this is that bad. Like, we have so much going for us momentum wise. Like, getting rid of that Xianpao is like a huge big deal, because Xianpao is one of their biggest threats to my Archaludon because of Sacred Sword. And once they don't have that Sacred Sword option, unless they do have Fish or Dondozo, which we'll find out if that's going to be the case. I also would like to find out the item on Dondozo. I'm pretty sure it'd be leftovers on their side, but if it's Rocky Helmet, gotta be careful with the Maushold. So we're bringing out the Wheezing, getting the neutralizing gas back in. And let's see what they click. Let's go Crash. It looks like they missed. Unfortunate. Encore. Okay. Encore Ogerpon. Able to take the knockout into the Xianpao. So, Ivy Cudgel Encore. Do you follow me, or are you Grass type move? Definitely some tricks that I was not anticipating, but it works out huge in our favor. All right, really, really good momentum so far. Let's see if we can keep it up. We're gonna see the switch of Galarian Zapdos, which Sinistra. I'm not gonna Brave Bird to slot. I kind of like the idea of getting Sinistra in and just clicking Wisp. Yeah, I actually like this. I am gonna go Sinistra and I am gonna Wisp. Because our Caledon, it's not set up yet and it's still a really good wall. I'll just go for the Wisp here. If they go for Follow Me, that's completely acceptable. So we'll find out the next turn. If they go for the Fighting move, we block it, which I think is pretty nice. They go for the Brave Bird, they're targeting the Weezing. Yeah, they want to aggressively target down the Weezing. Actually, will I go down? This looks really close. We Cudgel. Ooh, that did. Critical hit. I don't know if that mattered. It actually might not have. Okay. Neutralizing Gascon. Are you Scarf on... I think the question is, are you Scarf on the Galarian Zapdos? That's what I really, really want to know. I'm bringing out my Caledon now. Unfortunately, we don't have much pressure into... Okay, as much as we've had a really good start, that double up actually... It did do a lot of damage to Weezing, more than I anticipated with the Brave Bird. I thought the Brave Bird would do like half. Guess I'm protecting in a... Do I want to protect? I mean, Brave Bird would nuke. I don't think it's a good idea. Yeah, I'm going to Heavy Slam and I'm just going to protect. They're going to swap out, which is fine. Ting Lu. Are you Fisher Ting Lu is a good question. Okay, they go for Spiky Shield. I wonder if you're going to Encore or if you're going to make another Layer Mind game. Because I would like to probably get in my... I think the best time to get in my... What's it called? My Maushold is now. You already Terra'd, so that's nice. Leftovers Ting Lu. I'm very curious on what the remainder is going to be. But I am going to go Maushold and I will go for a Body Press. The question is, are they going to... Encore is a bit obvious. So I could Rage Powder for kind of a safe play. They have to read whether I switch out or not. I think this is going to come down to this. I'm going to go hard in a Maushold. If they double up, that's really bad, but we'll see. Bring out the Maushold. Oh, they Encored me into Heavy Slam. That makes sense too. Okay. Solid mid ground. Heavy Slam gonna come out. Guess I'm chipping to Ogre Pond. I mean, I don't hate this position. Sand Tomb. Okay. Ooh. Wait. Hold on. Did they Sand Tomb? Was that our Caledon or was that Maushold? I can't tell because of the characters. I think it was the... Oh, they did miss the Arcaladon. That's actually pretty huge. I'll take it though. That definitely is nice. Time for a Population Bomb. I definitely want a Population Bomb one of the slots. I think I want to target down to Ting Lu. Because I don't know if Ogerpon Spiky Shields. But I'd rather... No, I think it's always better to target Ogerpon and then just bring in my Sinistra. Okay, we got a little bit lucky with the Sand Tomb dodge because the Sand Tomb dodge does help out a lot here. The fact that I'm actually able to switch and get in Sinistra. And even if they trap Sinistra, like the Sand Tomb, like, they can't trap me because of the ghost typing, which is why, like, I think it's good to get Sinistra in. Okay, nice. They did attack with Ogerpon, so if we can get the knock on Ogerpon, huge. Okay, very, very nice. Let's see. And also, I think, let's see what your Ting Lu's gonna do. What's your Ting Lu gonna do? Sand Tomb the Maushold, that's okay. All right, I think that's really good. I was gonna always go for the Population Bomb in that slot. I guess the question is what the Zapdos item is. If it's Scarf, I think the Sand Tomb missed it, kind of like changed it a lot in my favor. But let's see. My play is always just a Population Bomb, the Zapdos, and Rage Powder. Because if we get rid of Zapdos, I think we can focus down to Ting Lu. Okay. I think I'm trying to figure out what's the play afterward. I think this is Scarf Zapdos, but maybe it's not. If I'm able to KO the Zapdos and outspeed it, like I think the Maushold was gonna do way too much to them. I think they would have had to rely on some like double spike of shields. Well, let's see. Are you Scarf? You are Scarf. Okay. Brave Bird gonna come out into Sinistra. Is able to KO the Sinistra. Wait, hold up. This game is not over yet. Okay, luckily it did take a lot of health. Population Bomb. KOs the Galarian Zapdos, but Tangler does get an attack here. I think maybe I should have Terrafired. I should have Terrafired probably. Yeah, I think I should have Terrafired. No, they sent him again for some reason. Okay, okay, that all right. If they sent him again, Maushold wasn't getting KO'd, so yeah, but that was a mistake, I think. Although I could have just Terra'd the Archaludon. Terraing the Archaludon means they can't Sand Tube chip me. That's pretty big. I'm gonna go for so there's a normal play and there's a style play. I'm gonna self-population bomb body press, I think. Yeah, why not? I think this KO Singlu. Oh, at least let me get the self-population bomb. Okay. I think if my they did get me on the Encore into Archaludon and the Sand Tomb potentially. Was not expecting the Sand Tomb there. I think since it was Scarf on the Zapdos, it would have been really impactful. Yeah, the game could have definitely gone a lot differently. I think the fact that I underestimate Galarian Zapdos' damage output into Weezing. I thought Weezing was safe against Ivy Cudgel and Brave Bird because they couldn't Terra with any of their Pokemon because they Terra the Shampoo earlier. Got a little bit too complacent. Maybe I should have just made sure I was safe with my Weezing, or at least had a position where I threatened, hey, a Population Bomb and a Wisp there, and take a good trade. But played a bit too aggressive, didn't work out, and yeah. Vikavolt, Oranguru, Fluttermane, Urshifu, Tornadus, and Wellspring Ogerpon. Unfortunately, I have a feeling we're probably not. What do we see, Vikavolt? Maybe. It's just definitely some unique team that we're seeing here. I don't think I want to bring Dundozo. I don't think Dundozo's that great into the team. Weezing, not really too helpful. It doesn't really accomplish much. There's not much I have to burn. Maushold's pretty decent. Sinistra plus Tinglu's pretty solid. Archaludon probably. If it's water or Shifu. I don't know if it's dark or water, which is a big one. I think I probably do want to go with Sinistra, Tinglu though. It might be weird leading Sinistra, but if they do... Actually, do I want to lead Sinistra? Because if they lead Ogerpon, yeah, it is actually kind of annoying. You know what? I'll lead Maushold plus the Tinglu. I think in the back have Sinistra and the Archaludon. I'm trying to figure out what they would lead here. I think Torn is probably pretty safe. And then partner-wise, I don't know if it's going to be Fluttermane or Shifu or... Ogerpon. If it's Ogerpon, then I could switch into the Archaludon pretty safely at least. The rest I'm not exactly 100% certain on. Let's figure it out. Gonna be the lead of Urshifu plus Fluttermane. Okay, is this Speed Booster Fluttermane? That's a Ruin. Is it Specs? Okay, interesting decision. If it's not with Specs, I wonder if he KO'd a Maushold with the Vessel Ruin. I'm actually going to go for a Heavy Slam, and you know what? I'll attempt a Population Bomb. I don't think this would be Icy Wind coming out, but I could be wrong. I'm just going to play aggressive because if it's not Speed Boost or Fluttermane, I have no idea if it's actually going to have Icy Wind or not. So if I could get the Population Bomb into Urshifu, that'd be amazing. We're going to see a swap from the Fluttermane. Who is coming out? Horn. Okay. If you are Terra Ghost, I'm going to be so sad here. Terra? Man, okay. That's got to be Choice Band then, because they usually run Choice Band on these Urshifus. That's not good. Wicked Blow. Yeah, that's Choice Band. Okay. That's I'm pretty sure. I don't think Maushold faints to Wicked Blow. I think it takes like 95, but I don't think it gets KO'd. All right, that is really not good. We're going out into our Caledon, I suppose. We do have Throat Chop, which is nice. We can punish the Urshifu. I'm gonna go for a Throat Chop with my... I'm gonna go for a Throat Chop and Snarl, I think. Because it doesn't matter if I protect. Heavy Slam doesn't accomplish anything. I think I want to keep Torn around because Torn's not doing any damage. Yeah, I'm just gonna Snarl and Throat Chop. I think Urshifu should probably swap out, maybe in the Flutter Mane, but no, they're gonna keep it in, so I'm okay. Okay. Wait, it's not Choice Band? Well, they didn't go for a Bleak Wind, thankfully. Wait, it's just Terra Ghost Urshifu? I'm surprised Maushold went down to 1 Wicked Blow. Maybe it's Black Glasses instead. If it's Sash, I break the Sash anyway and then Throat Chop KO, so... Not too off on the logic, but yeah, that is not what I anticipated. All right, we are able to get rid of the Urshifu. So that's one positive. Our Caledon's still looking really tough for them to break through, so I can manage it. I am just like, oh, come on, man. We're going to see the Flutter Mane come in. Yep, I do have Heavy Slam on the Arcaladon, so Heavy Slam should be able to pick up the knockout. I don't think I want to switch because... rather take the less damage with my Caledon. They can't Terra Fairy at least, but still. I'm just going to double Heavy Slam the Flutter Mane. They have Protect. What is this Flutter Mane set? It's not Booster Energy. Are you Focus Sash? They missed a Bleak Windstorm, it looks like, onto... Okay, they missed it in our Caledon. I would have preferred missing the Tinglu, but that's acceptable. They know I have Heavy Slam now, which is a little bit of a bummer, but... Okay. Trying to figure out what their last is. If it is Ogerpon, then I always want to keep the... I think I always want to keep the Arcaladon non-Terra'd. And I don't really have a reason to Terra it now. So I'm just going to Protect and Heavy Slam. There's not really a punish that I see, or Rangaroo in the back, Ogerpon, or Vikavolt. Vikavolt is probably the most threatening because it's a special attacker that can actually hit me. But... I have no clue if we're going to see Vikavolt, unfortunately. I do not believe we will. I think it's probably Ogerpon. Flutter Mane probably switches to Ogerpon, but if they do, it's not like that bad for me. Like, I'd rather make sure that I always get a Heavy Slam if they click Moonblast than like trying to catch the Ogerpon, because I think our Caledon can still very easily win this endgame. They really don't have the best answers to it. And yeah, like they went on the offense, so this actually works out huge in my favor. Okay. Rain Dance is an interesting decision. I guess for accurate Bleak Winds, they go for a Taunt and a Sinisha to prevent Trick Room. Okay. It's Focus Sash Taunt Flutter Mane then? No, it's not even Focus Sash. What does that Flutter Mane? I get Crypt, but I don't know if that matters. Probably not. I think I would probably have to be intimidated in order for that to matter, but that... I'll take the spot. Is this Ogerpon? Yeah, it's Ogerpon back. Just gonna go for a Matcha Gotcha and a... The only problem is I can get crits. That's the only problem, is I can get crits. I'm trying to figure out if it's better to go for a Body Press or if it's better to Heavy Slam the Torn. I would probably like the... Actually, I'd probably like the Heavy Slam more in the Torn or Snarl. Probably Snarl, actually. We don't know if it's Cover Cloak on the Torn. I'd rather Snarl because if I can reduce the damage output, I think it's good. They go for the Ivy Cudgel into the Arcaladon. As you can see, it really doesn't do that much damage. We do get the defense increase, and after this Bleak Wind, we're going to be able to take another defense increase, which is nice. And what's nice is that Bleak Wind is really not doing that much, so I think it's probably Supporter Torn then. Speed drop doesn't change anything, but more importantly, get that stamina boost. We are able to heal back with our Citrus Berry, and let's see if we can get maybe a burn on either of these Pokemon that could help chip them down. Snarl. Let's see, are you Cover Cloak? You're not Cover Cloak, okay. So now his damage output is even worse against me. Matcha Gotcha. If you get the burn, it's like game over. I don't think you can... Like, maybe you could break through with a bunch of crits, but if it's burned Ogerpon, you definitely cannot win. Burn on the Torn. That helps get chip damage, I suppose. but Ogerpon's more important. Okay, no burn on the Ogerpon. Get a bit of leftovers recovery, but I don't think this is that bad. I'm are you Swords Dance Ogerpon? Does Swords Dance really change anything? I guess it matters if you crit, but I mean, I think we would have Swords Dance earlier, so I'm just gonna double protect this turn and get my leftovers recovery, get the burn chip into the Torn, and then I don't think they can really do anything. I'm pretty sure I just click Matcha Gotcha, and Body Press should be able to knock out their Ogerpon the following turn after I get like +4 from all their attacks, I'm pretty sure. So like I think that's probably the best route I aim for. I'm trying to figure if I should Terra Fire to Sinistra, because I just am never tearing the Archaludon. It could Ivy Cudgel, I suppose, to Sinistra, which is fine. I don't think that's a bad trade for me. And I'd probably go down anyway to the rain, so I don't think it changes anything. Yeah. So I'm going to Shadow Ball the Torn. And I'm just going to go for a Body Press into the Ogerpon. That was going to be forfeit. They kind of realized, oh, I cannot break through the Archaludon. And they forfeit. Yeah, they really couldn't break through it. So unfortunate with the turn 1, the Terra Ghost. Could have been a really good position otherwise. I thought it was Choice Banded. It was not. Wicked Blow just KOing the Maushold. I know Maushold is frail, especially with no bulk, but I thought I'd live one Wicked Blow. The close combat did a lot to the Tinglu, but thankfully the Tinglu hanged on, KO'd their Urshifu. And once their Urshifu was gone, they really did not have many ways to break through Archaludon. Xian Power Shifu, that's a Sneasler. Rillaboom, Raging Bolt for Farigiraf. So Grassy Seed Sneasler? Huh. Definitely something. Weezing shuts down so much of their team. I really do like the Weezing. I think I am going to go with Weezing. Weezing's super strong here. It's absurd how well it does against Rillaboom, Sneasler, Urshifu, Xianpao. Bolt's a little bit annoying. That's the one I'm a little bit scared of. And the Farigiraf. Otherwise, I think it's really, really good. Archaludon probably wants to be broad here. I'm a little bit worried about their Raging Bolt, so I do want to bring Tinglu, I think. Dondozo, I don't think it's really necessary. I wouldn't bring Dondozo into this. I'm thinking, is Archaludon necessary? It's not, I guess. It's a useful backup, but I don't think so. I think I like the top 4 most. I think Weezing plus Maushold isn't too bad of a lead. I like the idea of Population Bomb accomplishing a lot, and having Sinistra and maybe the Tinglu in the back, because I can also bluff Friend Guard. Well, it wouldn't matter because the abilities get shut off anyway, but there is a chance that if they lead something passive, I could just switch out the Weezing, go out into something else, and then just click Population Bomb and nuke something, which is kind of like my idea. I don't really need Sinistra out on the front runner. Want to have it in the back, because if I can switch out Weezing and get that Hospitality, it might be worth it. Versus Sneasler and the Tinglu, or Sneasler plus Urshifu. Okay. Neutralizing gas. This is okay. I'm just gonna go for a Will-O-Wisp into probably the Sneasler, and then just go out into my Sinistra right off the bat, because I don't want to take a close combat from either of these Pokemon. Like, double fighting isn't too great. I think they're just doubling up the Weezing, but I think this is still pretty acceptable. Bring out the Sinistra. Fake Out gonna come out. Oh, they targeted the Maushold. I'll take it. All right. They went hard into the Maushold. All right. Was not expecting them to commit that much into Maushold, but that works out perfectly. I guess they really did not want to eat a Population Bomb. Well, I think Surging Strikes, but I just knocked out the Maushold realistically. Let's see if we can land this Wisp here. We do land a Wisp, which is very nice, into the Sneasler. So Sneasler's now burned. It's going to do a lot less damage. And guess who's up next? Urshifu. I also have Acid Spray. I could go for Acid. Actually, why would I go for Wisp here? I don't know what their switches are, but let me double check. I think my Weezing's faster than... No, I'm not faster. Dang, if I was faster, I could just click Acid Spray. I think Acid Spray is still a decent move here. I'm going to go for Acid Spray and Urshifu, and I might as well just go for Matcha Gotcha. It could be Bolt and Dire Claw, though. Actually, I think I want to protect Sinisha. Yeah, I'm going to protect Sinisha. I want to... Okay, Urshifu protects. That's okay. Alright, so it's not Scarf or Shifu. That means that my Population Bomb is actually super threatening to their team. They do attempt a Dire Claw, yeah. I was trying to scout for a Raging Bolt switch in, which is why I didn't... And a Dire Claw, which is why I didn't want to go for an immediate Machigacha. Because Urshifu is not in an ideal spot, I'll tell you that much. Unless it has an Ice move, it is really not in a good spot. The idea is to get rid of their Shifu as quick as possible. I think I'll go for Acid Spray, Machigacha. Although Burn Chip is pretty nice into anything. Although I do like the idea. You know what? I'll go for Acid Spray. No. I am going to go for a Wisp, actually. I'm trying to figure out, okay, the value of like catching a Farigiraf with the Wisp, I don't think it's too bad. Machigacha, I still think is pretty worth it, especially like, ooh, they Terra here. Is this Terra Sneasler? Are they going for acrobatics? No, Terra or Shifu. Okay, they're trying to Dire Claw Brute Force. I have a Citrus Berry though, so I wasn't too worried about this. I was actually surprised they were risking it, but okay. They go for Dire Claw. I am so glad I clicked Wisp there. Let me just say, I'm so glad I clicked Wisp. All right. Dire Claw's a little bit silly. 30 strikes. And a Sinisha, yeah, it was not KOA, but all right. Please hit the Wisp. Please hit the Wisp, Weezing. You were my backup option in case some Dire Claw BS happened. Okay, Sinisha gonna take its turn. All right, perfect. All right, at least we land a Wisp. At least we land a Wisp. That's huge. So we've got 2 Pokemon Burn on the field. Unfortunately, my Sinisha is going to have a lot less value towards this game. Granted, I still have quite a bit I can accomplish. I forgot what Sneasler's speed tier is. I think it's still... Is it slower than Maushold? We'll find out. I just don't want to get Dire Clawed again before I can attack. I'm just going to go for a Protect with Weezing, and I am going to go for a Machigacha attempt here. Dire Claw. They target our Weezing trying to get a stat. Okay. Or maybe they're doubling it. If they double it, that would be very risky. But yeah, they go for certain strikes. All right. Okay. I could Terra Poison my Tinglu, but I really don't think Terra Poison Tinglu is even worth it. I think it is Maushold. I'm trying to figure out if it's worth switching out Weezing to get the Technician so I can always KO or Shifu or not. Because that allows Sneasler to get a little bit worried if Sneasler is a... Would I really care if Sneasler... Like, they get in Rillaboom. I don't think it's that... Actually, no. Thinking about it, it's not that big of a deal if they do get the Unburden boost. Because I'm going to have a turn where Weezing's just not going to be on the field if I switch out. And the reason I switch out is so Population Bomb can actually knock out Urshifu because of the... I need the Technician so I can KO the Urshifu. So, let's try it. We know that's not Scarf. We also know that the Sneasler is burned. So hopefully does in close combat. I'm hoping they're just trying to Dire Claw again, realistically. Population Bomb into Urshifu. Okay. We should be KOing. Maybe I should have Terra Ghosted. Terra Ghost might have been safer. But I'm kind of going a bit greedy. I am able to knock out the Urshifu. So Urshifu goes down, which is nice. I might Terra Poison a Tinglu. It really just depends. I think Terra Poison Tinglu is acceptable, but we'll see. I'm able to KO their Shifu. Let's see what the Sneasler blocks in. Yeah, they went for Dire Claw. Had a feeling. Oh, you gotta be kidding me, man. You've gotta be kidding me. No shot. All right. All right, game. All right. Let's see. Who are you bringing out? At least they can't tear anything defensively. Rillaboom going to come in. I'm not too surprised. I actually don't mind having a grassy terrain though, because the grassy terrain, yeah, this isn't too bad. They do get the grassy seed. I'm gonna go for a throat chop, I guess. Terra poison into the Rillaboom. I'm gonna swap out into the Wheezing. Because Maushold still has usefulness as a sack, I guess, apparently. So bringing the Wheezing, neutralizing gas, which also I guess negates. Wait, does if you negate them burden, I guess it doesn't. Wait, do they keep them burden? I actually don't know if they keep them burden. Like if they consume the booster energy and they got the special attack. Oh well. Either way, it's not going to be too relevant because I'm going to be slower than them anyway. Go for the Terra Poison on the Tinglu, so I'm able to tank the attacks. Except high horsepower is a little bit concerning from the Rillaboom, so I might have to sack Maushold the following turn, but it should be acceptable. They go for close combat lock-in into the Maushold. Wheezing absolutely eats that up. I wouldn't be surprised if this is a Wood Hammer into the Tinglu. No, they went for high horsepower. Ooh, good coverage that they had there. All right. Throat Chop going to come out in the Rillaboom. That really didn't do that much damage. Huh. All right. Yeah, I might have needed the Maushold just so I could fire off into the... Yeah, into the Rillaboom. Because high horsepower Rillaboom is actually very concerning. Now I think I have to make a read of whether Rillaboom goes on the offensive into who. I can knock out the Sneasers. The question, do I want to knock out a Sneaser? I'd probably say not. I'd probably just want another Throat Chop in the Rillaboom and just protect the Wheezing. Yeah, high horsepower is very concerning. They switched out to Sneasler. All right, what's being brought in? Raging Bolt. Yeah, that was the Pokemon I was scared of the entire game. All right. Protect the Wheezing. Let's see what the Rillaboom's clicking. Should I have clicked Wisp? I should have clicked Wisp. All right. They are getting me on these last couple turns. Throat Chop looks so close to KO on Rillaboom. I do think that the targeting of Rillaboom is probably worth it. Is this booster energy? We'll find out if this is booster energy on the Raging Bolt. I'm gonna actually... Should I attempt a Pain Split? I feel like I feel like I should attempt a Pain Split, although I could sack Maushold. Actually, no. I think I would sack Maushold regardless, right? I'm trying to figure my options. I Throat Chop the Rillaboom and hope for the KO, that's for sure. The question is, do I expect them to double the Tinglu, or am I expecting them to... Actually, no, I should switch out Wheezing, because then I'll have the Vessel of Ruin active. So the Raging Bolt's less likely to KO the Tinglu with a double up with the high horsepower. I was thinking of trying to get a Pain Split off, but I think this still works out. Neutralizing gas no longer in effect. Vessel of Ruin will be active, but are you booster energy? You're not booster, okay. Also back in. Oh, you are booster energy. I have no idea how the calcs are going to be, but that's not great. High horsepower into the Tinglu. Thunderbolt. All because of 2 sleeps, man. Any other status. Poison would have been fine. Para, not great. Usable still. That's the game of Pokemon sometimes, though. Did I have to stay in? I was trying to calc if it was worth risking the potential booster energy and going for a Pain Split in the Raging Bolt and hope that Tinglu... I mean, regardless, I think it all came down to Tinglu surviving. I think, like, the one turn I played bad was, like, I had the suspicion that they were going to, like, potentially, like, protecting Wheezing was super obvious there. But... just was not the lucky game, unfortunately. Dire Claw. What a move. All right, let's go over the games. In game 1, had a strong start knocking out the Xianpao fast, but losing the Wheezing to the double up was not great, and I should have made a safer protect play. With the Sandtune dodge from their Tinglu, was able to pilot around a surprising encore from the Ogerpon, which could have led to a dicey but still winnable game. In game 2, other than a terrible turn 1 start due to the Terra Ghost or Shifu, I was able to have a really strong endgame with Arcalodon once I got rid of their darker Shifu. The Flutter Mane wasn't choice specs, and my opponent's attacks weren't doing enough damage to where Heavy Slam Oko the Flutter Mane, and the body presses were doing a lot thanks to the stamina boost. In game 3, got a lot of reads right, but unfortunately 2 Dire Claws into sleep put my Pokemon out of commission, which is part of the game. I didn't have anything faster than Sneasler, and the one Dire Claw immunity that I had, which was Arcadon, wouldn't have been able to get rid of the Sneasler quickly enough. It was pretty fun clicking the Population Bomb set on Maushold, except let me show you this fun clip real quick of the first Population Bomb that I clicked that wasn't into a Rocky Helmet mod on the Switch. This is acceptable. Population Bomb going to come out into the Iron Hands. That does... Wow. Missing the Population Bomb from Wildlands really hurts. Oh my god. Ironically, I think that was the first Population Bomb that I went for that wasn't like a switch into a Rocky Helmet mod, so that was a bit funny of a scenario, but overall I think it was still pretty fun, and I think this move is still absurdly strong. If you do want to try out the team, the rent code is on your screen. Hopefully it is still available, but otherwise the details of the team and the creator are down below in the description. But of course, subscribe to the channel for more VGC content as always.